Yo, what's up, everybody? This is William from Before the Billions, back with another video. And today I'm going to be discussing a post that I saw from the Job Father. We have talked about him before in a previous video. And he is discussing why people believe that working hard no longer leads to a better life. So let's go ahead and go over to this post that he made on LinkedIn, and then we can go to the original article, and then we're going to give our analysis at the end. If you guys appreciate and like this type of content, please go ahead and hit the like button and or subscribe to the channel if you've done so already. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so this is the post here. It says, people no longer believe working hard will lead to a better life, surveys show. And this is a pretty old article. It's back in 2020. But let's see what the Job Father says in this post. So it says, this is making rounds online, and even though it's an old article, it rings even truer today. I've mentioned it before, but there was a social contract between employers and employees where the former paid the latter enough to live off of. After decades of political lobbying, the villainizing of unions, and years of suppressed wages that don't even keep up with the cost of living, companies are now shocked that people don't want to work as hard as before because they won't get as far as they did in previous generations. I know more people now who have full-time jobs and side hustles than people who don't, and it seems more people live check to check while struggling to make ends meet. There was a brief reprieve with the work from home movement as it allowed more time to be spent with loved ones and not stuck in a daily commute, but employers have become even more hostile towards it. We had CEOs bragging about laying people off, so employees experience so much pain that they go back to being grateful just to have work. You can't have it both ways. You can't force people to be overworked in soul-crushing environments and underpaid while expecting them to treat you like a hero. But when I think about it, I guess that's the foundation of office politics. So that's what the post that he made. Let me go through a few things that he said that stuck out to me, particularly the social contract between employers and employees. So I have heard this for several years, that there is a contract between employees and employers where the employer is paying the employee for their skill set and for the value that they'll be able to bring, and they're paying them for the fact that they'll be able to get a project or a product put up for a company. So they are put onto a project or a product, and they're working there to help the company be able to make more money. The only reason why companies or employers, why they go into business, is to be able to make money. So on the employee side, the employee is going and trying to get paid for their value that they bring to the company, their skill set and their expertise, and what they want out of it is benefits and respect for their craft and expertise. And then also they want compensation in forms of money and other non-monetary benefits as well. I've also seen that when it comes to the non-monetary benefits that employees receive, such as getting a promotion that could lead to them getting a corner office. You know, you may not be able to remember your salary 2 years ago, but you do remember that, hey, I got promoted to a senior, or I got promoted and I was able to get a corner office, or I was able to get an office space away from everybody else, or I was able to get a trip from my company. All those things they spent money on it, but it's a non-monetary benefit that you may get that employees also want to receive as well. So we went through that social contract that employers and employees go through. I believe that is true, that there is that contract between employees and employers. Next, the other part that really stuck out to me as well is the part where it says there was a brief reprieve with the work from home movement as it allowed more time to be spent with loved ones and not stuck in a daily commute, but employers have become more hostile towards it, and they even brag about laying people off who are working from home. Let me tell you guys that there are so many people who are being laid off. It is not even funny, because there are tens of thousands of people all influxing into the market. They are all coming with their different expertise, different abilities, different competencies. There are some people who are working, and if they get laid off, they may never enter the workforce ever again. Some people have been affected tremendously by getting laid off. And let me tell you is that the competition is extremely stiff. It is extremely difficult to be able to get a job right now because there are so many people. Whenever you see a LinkedIn post for a job that's been posted for maybe a day or two, you'll see on there that it has over 100 applicants, and it's only been posted for like a day or two. So that means that there are a ton of people who are applying for this job, and there's only maybe one recruiter working on this particular job. And the recruiter's not gonna go through 100 people. They're not gonna go through 50 people. That's to be honest. So they're gonna try and weed a lot of people out. So you want to be as competitive in this market as you possibly can. In addition to that, it is very true that a lot of people are just thankful to have a job. It doesn't even have to be work from home. A lot of people are like, hey, people are getting laid off left and right. If I get a hybrid position, then I'm all for it. All right, so let's move on to the main article right here. So this is where the job father got this post from, and they just kind of go through some of the most important parts about it. It says this: a growing sense of inequality is undermining trust in both the society, institutions, and capitalism, according to a long-running global survey. The 2020 Edelman Trust Barometer, now in its 20th year, has found many people no longer believing that working hard will give them a better life. Despite strong economic performance, a majority of respondents in every developed market do not believe that they'll be better off in 5 years' time. And this article came out in 2020. It's currently 2024. You're seeing massive layoffs from large tech companies and even companies not even in tech. So you'll see so many people getting laid off right now and going into the market, and it's extremely difficult to find a job right now, even if you're experienced. So I just want to let you guys know that they were exactly correct when they came out with this article. They had a good reason to feel uneasy with this. So it says most employees, 83% globally, are worried about job loss due to automation, a looming recession, lack of training, cheaper foreign competition, immigration, and the gig economy. So about this part where it says that most people are afraid of maybe losing their job due to automation. And I can tell you that there are some jobs that may be lost due to AI and machine learning and automation. I can tell you guys this is that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to lose their jobs due to automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and there are going to be people who will be able to get more jobs because of this automation and AI. I myself am a data engineer, and I have worked with artificial intelligence and machine learning models as well. So you can see a lot of new jobs being created from artificial intelligence and automation. Another thing is the recession that they're saying is going on. And I believe that we do have some signs of a recession as well. There are a lot of people who are losing jobs. Things are extremely expensive, and inflation is really high right now as of 2024, March 2024. The lack of training, that is very true. You will also, I think it kind of goes that hand in hand. So you have the lack of training, but then you also have cheaper foreign competition. And particularly with the United States, what happens is that we have so many people who were working from home in the United States that they're like, okay, well, why not just hire somebody way cheaper over there in another country like India, as an example, as their offshore team. So why not go ahead and hire them? They're working from home. They are able to do essentially the same job. But what happens is there's a lot of mismatch in the expertise or the skill set that you may have with somebody who is just cheaper, right? So you may be able to get somebody cheaper, but are they going to be as good as somebody who you can actually see and talk to in person, right? So that's one of the things that this article does bring up as well, that a lot of companies may just want to hire somebody who's cheaper, and their apps may suffer because of the inequalities between the time, or there may be inequalities within communication. There's a lot of different factors that come into play that may benefit companies, but also may harm them as well. Overall, guys, please go ahead and leave a comment down below to let me know what you think about this video. Do you believe that working hard will lead to you having a better life? And if you enjoyed this topic or this video and you want more, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And also hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified whenever I make new videos on YouTube. In addition to that, I would really appreciate it if you hit the link in the description below to join the Discord to speak with me or anybody else within the BTB squad. I would really appreciate it. I will see you all in the next video. You all have a great day.